right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
They say ignorance is bliss. A new restaurant model in Florissant is cooking up some online chatter.
Sticking to our code and we rolling it out.
No weekend washout, but most of us will see some rain. When your outdoor plans might have to be adjusted.
A mother charged in the deaths of her 2 children. Now a community is in mourning.
When we first got word of who it was, the first thing we thought about was the kids and how they're going to be affected.
But first tonight, another shooting at a downtown Metrolink station, this time an officer stepping in. We start with breaking news. I'm Kelly Jackson. Mike Bush is off tonight. Tonight, the teenage suspect is in the hospital, and now we're hearing from police about how it all started. 5 on Your Side's Brent Solomon is live downtown. What are you learning, Brent?
Well, Kelly, the Metro Transit station here is just reopening in the last hour and a half. It had to shut down for nearly 2 hours. It all started when there was a confrontation right here on the ramp. An officer saw what was happening and quickly took action. Take a look at your screen right now. It was just after 6 o'clock this evening. Police say a group of people got into a fight here at the Civic Center Transit Metro stop at 14th and Clark, which was right across the street from Enterprise. A sheriff's deputy was on scene at the time. Officers say the fight escalated when the teenager, who is under 17, pulled out a gun and started opening fire. We're told that's when the deputy pulled out his gun and quickly stopped the shooter.
Law enforcement agencies were here in the city of St. Louis conducting business, saw a deadly force incident, and took action to protect other individuals that were in the area using public transportation or just doing business in the city of St. Louis.
At this hour, no word how many shots were fired. Police are now reviewing surveillance images to learn more. I'm told that the other people who were involved in that confrontation left the scene, and that deputy was not hurt. Tonight, we're live downtown. Brent Solomon, 5 on Your Side.
And we have more breaking news. This is out of southern Illinois. A massive fire has broken out at a chicken farm facility in Kinmunby, Illinois. That's about 90 miles east of St. Louis. There are multiple area fire agencies responding right now. And in the last hour, the city of Kinmunby asked people in town to conserve water as they continue to battle the flames. Illinois State Police tell us they are also responding to help with traffic on Sullivan Road. And you can see the fire is just lit up from those flames. And 5 on Your Side will stay on top of these breaking stories. Be sure to look for updates on air, online at ksdk.com and the 5 on Your Side app. St. Louis police are investigating 2 shootings involving teens they believe are connected. A police captain tells us they found a 15-year-old on Emily Street near North Grand who'd been shot. Shortly after, police pulled over a car near 10th and Pine Street. That's when they discovered a 16-year-old boy who'd been shot in the chest and arm. Both teens were taken to the hospital. We don't know their conditions or how the 2 shootings are related. A Jefferson County mother is now charged with murder in 2 different counties in the deaths of her 2 young children. Moments ago, one of the charges was upgraded. Ashley Parmalee is being held in the Jefferson County Jail on 2 counts of first-degree murder. 5 on Your Side's Laura Barcheski continues to follow this story for us as the community grieves tonight.
The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says Ashley Parmalee showed up to the Festus Police Department Tuesday and told an officer she killed her 2 children, 9-year-old Scarlett and 2-year-old Isaac. Court documents say police found the little girl with a gunshot wound in the trunk of Parmalee's car at the police station.
And attempted life-saving measures, but were unable to successfully save the 9-year-old.
Investigators say Parmalee told them she was driving in St. Francis County Tuesday morning, pulled off the road, got out of the car, and shot her daughter near a pond. We saw deputies with metal detectors searching near a pond off Highway E. St. Francis County charged her with first-degree murder and armed criminal action in the death of Scarlett.
It's very difficult to just the idea of it is unheard of, and it's hard to understand. But when it's this close to home, like in our backyard, we could see that from our front door.
A memorial continues to grow outside of the Festus Police Department. It is just feet from where Scarlett died. I talked with a young man paying his respects who says his sister is grieving the loss of her friend.
All she knows is that she'll never see her again, but like we told her, just like remember the good times, you know.
Police believe later Tuesday morning Parmalee drowned her 2-year-old son Isaac. His body was found in the fountain near Timber Creek Resort, where a small memorial popped up on Wednesday. She's been charged with second-degree murder in connection with his death. Alicia Vasquez says as a mom of kids of a similar age, this tragedy has been hard on her and her family as well as the whole community.
I think everybody's just at a loss of words. I think a lot of people in our community feel it like they might not have known this family, they might not have kids in this school, but we're all a community and they want to help and support.
Reporting in Jefferson County, Laura Barcheski, 5 on your side.
And if you would like to help with funeral costs for Isaac and Scarlett's families, there are 2 GoFundMe pages. You can find links on ksdk.com. Tragedies like this can have an impact on so many. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Crisis Intervention Team is working to provide resources for first responders on the job, but experts also say people who were not there and just learned about the victims through the news can still be affected.
Nobody's prepared to hear about a mom killing her children. It is incredibly painful. And for some of us, we may have intense emotional reactions to that. Those emotional reactions for you are very normal to this very unusual, abnormal event.
If you think you or a friend needs the help of a professional, Dr. Andrews also says you can start by calling the crisis hotline. That's at 988. Right now, area advocates are prepping for another trip to our nation's capital. The Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, known as RECA, could be put up for a vote on the House floor next week. That program is set to expire in a little over a week. For years, victims in our area have not been included in RECA. A stripped-down version of RECA was supposed to be voted on next week. Hours ago, Congresswoman Ann Wagner posted on social media that House leadership has decided they would not take up that version. She says in part, quote, "We're going to keep fighting for expansion of RECA so Missourians impacted by radiation get the support and compensation they deserve," end quote. Advocates from our area plan to visit D.C. again next week.
There are things in this program like screenings that Missourians who have been exposed need desperately, and it will save their lives. This will actually save lives, and the reality is it will actually save on the price. If you do these early screenings and you catch this early, that's less people that are going to get sick and need to apply for the compensation.
If it's not voted on by the House next week, RECA will expire June 7th. Hours ago, St. Louis residents had an opportunity to voice their opinions as leaders look at the city's budget. Tonight was the first of 2 public hearings before the Board of Aldermen approved next year's budget, which starts July 1st. The city is looking at a $26 million reduction in revenue. This week, an appeals court sided with a group of remote workers who argued they shouldn't pay the city's 1% earnings tax. Some at tonight's meeting expressed frustration at the proposed budget, but city leaders say they are working with the community.
This budget committee has been diving into a lot of things that hopefully we'll be able to make some changes. Impact to tenant fund, right to counsel. There's some things that we should be moving money around to. I think that will have a huge impact on things that people will be able to see on a day-to-day basis.
Another meeting for public comment will be held this Saturday at 10 a.m. at the International Institute. That's on Arsenal Street. It's been a beautiful day in the bi-state and hardly a cloud in the sky expected tomorrow. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell with a look at how long we will stay dry, Scott.
Maybe about 48 hours or so, it looks like. By this time Friday night, we do expect to see some of these showers that are way out in the plains heading our way. But sky this afternoon was mostly sunny with just a few of those puffy clouds around. You can expect a repeat performance tomorrow with perhaps a few high-thin clouds drifting in south and southwest of St. Louis once again. Some of our coolest spots already in the upper 50s right now. We're in the upper 60s in St. Louis. Quite comfortable into Friday. The shower chances arrive. We're thinking after dark on Friday. The weekend is not a complete washout, but there will be some rain around this weekend. It's about 48 hours away, and by Saturday morning, most of us will have seen at least some shower action with more on the way. But tomorrow morning out the door, the sky will be mostly clear. It's light jacket weather in the lower 50s in some of the coolest spots. We'll see in a few minutes. We'll talk more about the timing of our weekend showers.
Recently, a Narcan box was unveiled inside Soulard Market. The box is equipped with dozens of boxes of the life-saving drug. Narcan is an opioid overdose reversal drug. The installation is possible because of a partnership between St. Louis Public Library and the Behavioral Health Bureau. They say they want to provide boxes in neighborhoods where the most overdose incidents have been documented. The box is located near the main entrance of the market. A new restaurant in North St. Louis County is blowing up on social media. Lots of people have plenty to say about the age restrictions at Bliss in Florissant. Today, 5 on Your Side's Robert Townsend talked to the owner and customers.
Kelly, the restaurant owner, tells me he wanted a business where people 30 years old and older can go, enjoy, and have a peaceful time. And with that, he says, come age limits.
What's up with the brothers? Y'all good?
Welcome to Bliss. 2 weeks ago, 36-year-old Marvin Pate and his wife opened their new upscale restaurant near West Florissant and New Halls Ferry Road in North St. Louis County.
It represents pure happiness and pure utopia. It's a home away from home. You could come here and feel like that you were actually on a resort.
Delicious. Jamaican style.
The restaurant's popular West African Caribbean cuisine,
Lamb chops ready?
isn't the only hot topic simmering on social media. People can't stop chattering about the age restrictions at Bliss. Women must be at least 30 years old and men 35 to enter the business.
It's just something for the older people to come do and have a happy hour, come get some good food, and not have to worry about some of the young folks that bring some of that drama.
And of course, we have been getting a little backlash, but that's okay because we're sticking to our code.
Everyone who enters the restaurant will have to show their ID to a hostess or a St. Louis County police officer after 7 p.m. Wednesday through Sunday.
He has a policy that suits the clientele that he's trying to draw in. I think he's on the right track.
Those are younger ones, you could come patronize the business once you turn 30 or 35, because we're going to be here for a while.
Pate says in 2 weeks they will offer to-go orders. He also says overall, most of the feedback about their age limits has been positive.
Serving up sustainability.
We will do our best to offer everything they need.
A behind-the-scenes look at the preps underway to feed Olympic athletes.
Rain chances ramp up as we head into the weekend. I'm timing when you're most likely to have dry time this weekend. That's in 7 minutes.